Welcome to Drinks Coach. Bit warmer today. This is one of those shows which comes up every quarter. This is me showing some love and respect to the people that deserve a bit of a shout out, because I had unsolicited samples sent in, and I sort of didn't really know what shows to put them in. Before we start, all lowercase Vinesack, all lowercase Drinks Coach UK. If you want to talk to me, both on Twitter or on Instagram, I'm on all the other networks. I'm on Facebook, and you are watching YouTube. Press the bell, subscribe. Nice to have more subscribers. And just communicate. I don't get enough communication with most of you. Some are really great, and I try and get back to you as soon as I can. So today, what am I going to do? Well, it's kind of a mop-up of white spirits. There's quite a few of them, so we shall start now. Okay, to start with, a friend of mine, dear Douglas Blyde, columnist and writer for the Evening Standard, and consultant to the trade, and a good friend of mine, has actually been behind the recommendation of a couple of these that were sent to me. This is a drink called Hocus. Now, I'm being honest with you. I'm not recommending this because I think it's the best white spirit ever made. But that having said, it's a very interesting idea, and it reminded very much of when my dear father was alive. My father lived in Sweden for the last 15-20 years of his life, maybe 25 years. I can't know how long. 95, longer, yeah. My mum is still alive, and she lives in Sweden, but she's been here since lockdown for the last 5-6 months living with my brother. So, why does this remind me of my dad? Well, in Sweden, it is said that 1 in 3 adult men have access to a pot still. There's so much illegal alcohol made in Sweden because for so long it was seen as a social pariah, and it was highly, highly taxed. And the government took the rather communist approach, as it was very much a communist country, certainly before the 60s, that if they put the price up enough, then people will stop drinking. But of course it drove drink underground, and drink was treated the same way hard drugs were treated. And as my father said, if you got in a taxi in Stockholm, every taxi driver that you ever got in the car with just smelt of vodka, and they were blind drunk, all secret drinkers. Now, what's that got to do with this again? Well, Dad would make vodka, an extremely good vodka. He, being the perfectionist he is, we got him a pot still for his 50th birthday, and he would triple filter it through a drain pipe using activated charcoal with a tennis sock at each end. He would use the pure sugar, distill it in the sauna. He went to great innovative lengths to make what was one of the cleanest, purest spirits. You can't really call it vodka, but Dad used to call it hooch, and it was very, very good. Now, there are shops all over Sweden, kind of where you can't buy alcohol because that has to be sold in a government licensed shop, but they sell additives to make your hooch taste more like rum or gin or whatever. And this is what Mark at Hocus has done. He's got a neutral spirit made from several grains. It's very, very pure. In of itself, it's an extremely clean and well-made spirit. I'm sure it's multiple stilled, column stilled, made from different grains. Has virtually no smell. If anything, the smell is of really high quality, almost of wheat vodka. There's a creamy, almost vinegary note to it. And it's 40% alcohol, and there's no burn, nothing like that. But it comes with, and I'm sorry, Mark, I lost the box. I've been looking everywhere. We're in a bit of flux in this flat at the moment, moving things around, and I wish I'd showed the box. But it comes with the box, and when you open it, there's a load of little files in there, and you take one of the files out, you twist the top off, and you put it in the glass, and then you add a single measure of this, and it's exactly what I've been telling you. It's a natural spirit, neutral spirit, with files, so you can instantly turn it into dark rum, or into a brandy, or into a gin. Does it sound convincing? Well, you'd be surprised how convincing it was. If you're not looking for the £45 gin experience, if you're not looking for the premium pot-stilled rum experience, but you're on holiday, let's go you're on holiday, or in a festival, you can bring 1 bottle of spirit and the additives, and you've basically got a portable bar. So well played, Mark. I can't remember precisely how much this cost, but it wasn't laughably expensive. I think it was about 35 quid, if I remember. But this is half a litre of spirit, which is enough for, what is that? That's 10 double measures. That's 20 shots if you were going to take that to a music festival or on a picnic, or, well, not picnic, it's probably a bit excessive, but you know what I mean. The idea is that I like the idea of this. this. And it's kind of necessity is the mother of invention. And rather than going down the extreme route of saying this costs £50 is the best thing ever, he's going, well, what about one basic spirit and then lots of flavourings, and then you've got the smallest bar in the world. So there you go. That's Hocus. That's number one of the day. Very impressed. Thanks, Doug, for recommending that Mark entered that. Oh. It's the evening. I'm not getting in a car. Next one. Another vodka. Well, more vodka than vodka. Dima's vodka. This is a vodka made by a guy called Dima, who's over here, who Douglas knows very well. I can't pretend I don't like this, because on my birthday, we accidentally drank a whole bottle of it, so there was none left for the show. And Dima said, why hasn't it been on the show yet? I said, well, I ran out, and it was an accident, and I was waiting to find a stockist, because it was only just going into stockist at the time. And he said, I'll send you another one. So thank you very much for sending me another one. There's that much left. And it says on the back, which I love, because I'm half Swedish and half German, the perfect pairing partner to Dima's vodka is a pickle on the side. And he actually sent a little packet of cornichons with the bottle, which was really, really cool. And I made it into like a pickle martini. It makes a killer Gibson, which is a vodka martini or gin martini with a pickled onion in it. That might sound disgusting to you. It's heaven to me. Absolutely amazing drink. And it does make a killer Gibson, because alongside another drink that both Douglas and I, or a person that Douglas and I both know, Plurat Shabani, and you've seen me recommend him on the show many times with his fantastic Polish vodka, Konig's Tail. This guy has taken the same route. 3 different grains to add different layers of texture and flavour to the drink. He doesn't want a flavourless vodka. He wants a vodka that people will drink neat and enjoy, room temperature, just like you would in old Soviet Russia. Ukraine, of course, is no longer a part of that, but makes fantastic vodka. Ukraine has been famous for making vodka for many years. It was always seen as a secret recipe, and the Russians wanted to know what they were. But look, I mean, it's just I love the kind of retro, authentic labelling. You could not mistake that for anything else. It's in its unique bottle, and I think anybody who puts a drink in a unique bottle deserves a clap, because that's an expensive process, but it makes a flipping statement. Chin chin. You can really taste the cereal in it, like you can in a very expensive young whiskey. It's sweet. It has an almost an orange peel rye tang to it. I'm not sure if rye is one of the grains. It might well be, but I think it's wheat and spelt probably. No, barley, wheat and rye. There we go. Boom. So really expressive. You can taste the rye. You can taste the sweetness of the wheat. And then there's this backbone of barley, giving it some proper royal polish. So there you go. Drink 2. Dima's Ukrainian vodka. Price, 35 quid, I think. So 35 quid, it's super premium. There's tons of other vodkas out at the same price, which aren't as good. So there you go. Well done, Dima. Now we're going to do 3 rums. Sorry, guys, it's been ages since you sent these in, but I do need to show them to the world. I think that these 3... oh, by the way, and sorry for the ones that get sent in, which I haven't talked about. Rather than put them out here, I could very easily give myself more credibility by putting out a line of rums going, don't drink these are rubbish. Life's too short, isn't it? And everyone's had a tough year. Everyone's struggling. Some people have just started making spirits out of sheer necessity because they have no other corner to turn to. Maybe they're farmers with an excess cereal crop and they thought, well, maybe this is the way forward. I know lots of people have been doing that. So I'm just recommending the 3 which I think have got real legs and are decent drinks. Okay, so here's 3 glasses and here's 3 rums. First up, Newbold Rum from Warwickshire. Second up, Market Row. My friend of mine's involved in this. From Brixton Market. Yes, indeedy. And finally, Saint Benevolence Rum Clairin. Woo! Okay, very, very interesting drinks. Okay, this isn't the kind of thing to be necking, but who cares? Okay, so Newbold Rum. Newbold Spirits, based up in Warwickshire. They make an excellent gin. I judged the IWSC back in the day, but I don't do it anymore. But I understand that the IWSC International Wine and Spirits Competition gave this a gold, I think, or certainly a silver. It was in the 90s anyway. As a gin, well, not this, but they make a gin. They also make a cherry gin. But I got excited when the PR company rang up and said, "Would you like us to send you a bottle of Newbold Rum?" I went, "Rum? Well, I suppose I'd better have a look." And why? Anyway, it looks like they know what they're talking about. This is a barrel-aged rum. It's made from various different imported rums from the Caribbean. It has a wonderful colour. It's called Newbold Dark Rum, but that's not coloured rum. That's the colour of old rum. It's wonderful. What's nice about it is that it's a very smooth, almost Spanish style to it initially. And then, when I say Spanish, the Spanish countries, like Cuban rums, very smooth, very silky. But there's a really healthy dollop of what I like to call Jamaican funk. Funkier than Bootsy Collins. Jamaican rum is really considered the most estery, spicy, funky style of rum, or country that produces those rums in the most quantity. And a little bit of Jamaican rum goes a long, long way. This drink is... what level of alcohol is it? It's 40%, okay, so it's not some overproof craziness. It's got a lovely colour, lovely perfume of vanilla bean, sort of baked citrus, almost like an orange cake. There's kind of like a tangerine quality about it, and then come in all the lovely estery, smoky, funky olive taste of black. I always think that Jamaican rums, that funk smells of funky molasses is like black olives, which is a really lovely, enticing spice. And call me perverted, but I quite like making daiquiris out of rums like this, because you end up with a drink which is very high on freshness and zing, that you want to sip maybe slightly more slowly than your regular smash it to death daiquiri. And I don't know, it just adds a savoury to the sweet, which I like. What I like about it is, if you want to learn to drink nice rum and you like smooth rums, and some rums scare you, this won't. It's got a lovely banana-y ester on the back finish as well, which I'm sure comes from pot still. It's it's a delicious rum. Does it blow me away? No, it doesn't. But if you want to support an English company who are doing the right thing and making good things, I understand Master and Malt have just taken on their spiced rum as well. They do a spiced rum, which I've not tried. I'd be lovely to crack that at some point. But based on their quality of gin, I did ask for the rum to come in. And this is a very stylish drink. It's not a scary one. And it's absolutely delicious after dinner as a smooth dram. Replace your whiskey or your cognac or your Armagnac with this. And actually, when you look at it, 35 odd pounds is an extremely fair price for what is a delicious after dinner yummy drink. Or pour over vanilla ice cream, I think. Okay, so that's Newbold. First rum. Second rum, Market Row. This is actually based in the middle of Brixton. It's made from the three kinds of rum, really. You've got your Jamaican rums, which I've just explained, very spicy, very funky. You've got the Bajan rums, which are more middle, more balanced, more complete, I suppose, as a drink in their own. They have a little bit of funk, but nothing crazy. They have some freshness, but they have some lovely dry spice if they've not been sweetened. And then they've also added Dominican rum. Dominican rum, biggest producer, very big, Brugal. And not that long ago bought by the Edrington Group, the people that own the Macallan malt whisky and Glenrothes amongst others. They now own Brugal, which is one of the largest producers of rum in the world. Those old Spanish country rums, Havana rum, Haitian rum, Brugal, no, Haitian's French, we're just about to come on to that. But those Spanish styles will tend to be smoother and lighter and more accessible, if you like. Now then, this has been redistilled, because it's in a market of such diversity, with things like hibiscus, Kenya black tea. So it has a tiny spice to it as well. And I think this is rather delicious, okay? Again, you're looking at sort of like the mid-30s for price, and it's a smaller bottle. But they've gone to an awful lot of trouble to give you some entertainment with this drink. And I love the florality. I love the addition of some flower components. It tastes less conventional than most rums. You've got to see this as another kind of spiced rum. But I know it's just nice, and I can walk to the distillery from here. It might take me half an hour, but it's worth it when you get there. So well done, Market Row. Botanical rum. When you see botanical written on something, it implies that it's a rum that's been redistilled with flavours. So what they're doing is they're turning a rum into a gin. Maybe they love rum, but they want gin drinkers to see that. So this is the gateway drug from gin to rum. There we go. We'll come on to that last. What I want to show you now are these. Now, I don't normally recommend things which don't have full bottles. That's not because I want the whole bottle, but you need to see physically what the bottles are. You need to know the size and stuff like that. Otherwise, you would never be able to recognise it in a bar or recognise it anywhere else. I'm going to show you the size of that. And there we go. But these guys have made a real effort. These guys from Hereford. It's Ellie and Doug, if I remember. I heard about this because in the press, in the drinks press, I heard that Berry Brothers and Rudd, the oldest wine merchant and the most respected wine merchant, and hell, the finest wine merchant in the world, had taken these guys on, and they don't take any old crap on. The spirit buyer at Berry Brothers and Rudd is one of the most meticulous and painstaking and hard to impress buyers in the universe, and everything that you go into Berry Brothers to buy, you buy with complete 100% confidence. So if this is on their shelves, I figured I should take a look. This, ladies and gentlemen, is called Scratch, and it's Scratch British Rum. What does that mean, Scratch British Rum? That's the botanical, that's the patience rum, which is the kind of aged rum, and they make a botanical rum too, where they've put stuff in it. What are they? These are rums made from British molasses, refined molasses, British sugar beet, sugar cane, whatever it is, in England. 100% British rum. I don't know if there are any others. I could be wrong. I'm probably going to get loads of emails and stuff about it. But these are British rums, and hell, English rums in this case. Hereford rum, made by a young couple. There was some DJ called Eddie on the website as well. I'm not sure where he fits in. But anyway, let's have a look at these. Because I think it's important to know that if there is going to be a future to British rum, then where does it fit into the panoply, into the canopy of different styles of rum? Because there's you can draw a kind of a map of different styles of rum. My friend Paul McFadden from Plantation has actually done so. And it's nice to know where in the ferment this is. Does it taste like, I don't know, like Bacardi? Does it taste like Jamaican, sort of Hampton Estate funk? I don't know. Well, this is the very, very clean, straight out of the still white rum. Okay, strength 42%. Just a little taste of my IWE glass. It's quite pretty. It's very floral, but it's very rum. I mean, it's distinctly clean, precise, well-made rum. Price-wise, same dance. We're probably looking around the mid-£30 for these. Gosh, that's really good. Very, very, very classy. God, that's easy to drink. Holy crap. Anyway, before this, I didn't actually taste them neat. If you notice, these ones haven't been opened yet, so I'm going to try them on air, so to speak. But I did make a little daiquiri out of this, and it makes a brilliant daiquiri. This reminds me of Havana White, Havana Silver, in some ways, which is like the perfect daiquiri rum, no question. If you want to make some stylish daiquiri, all you need now is find some English limes, and we have an English daiquiri. But very, very well done, Ellie and Doug. It's a very, very classy distillate. You have a very fine still. It says notes of molasses, vanilla, and cinnamon. I definitely get the vanilla and a sort of like a cinnamon cake sort of quality to it. I agree with you. Almost more like mace, not in your face mace. Mace around nutmeg. I'm not going to try the botanical one because that's more for another time, I think. Well, let's try the Patience rum, which is their aged rum. Zero colouring, you can see that there. That's all natural age, natural colour from the oak. I think it's probably gone into bourbon barrels. It's aged in bourbon and new oak casks, so there should be a really strong vanilla-y fudge quality. Oh, yeah. It almost smells like Kentucky straight rye whiskey, or Kentucky straight. It's got a lovely bourbon and new oak vanilla cream quality. But underneath there is the unmistakable smell of rum. There's the grapiness. Very smooth, very delicious. I think this is over 40 quid. Pay peanuts, get monkeys. They're doing something new. I'm sure the ingredients aren't cheap. Fair enough. It's better than a curio, right? If you like your rum, worth having a bottle of this on the shelf, I think, just to show people. Very delicate, very pretty, very much in the Spanish sort of Havana style, I think. Gosh, nice. Okay, one more thing to try. Ooh. Saint Benevolence. This was sent to me by a PR quite recently, and I've spoken to a friend of mine, Nick Rogers, who imports a lot of rum. And I said, I've just tasted this rum, and he said, "Oh, was it Saint Benevolence?" I said, "Yeah," so that's really good juice. What's different about this? Well, we've talked about the Caribbean classic rums. We've talked about Jamaica and Bajan. We haven't talked about mainland rums like Guyana and things like that, or Nicaragua, Honduran rum. We haven't really talked about the sort of like the lighter Cuban style rums in detail either. But there is a different type of rum, and that's a rum from the islands which were French occupied. So we're looking at Hispaniola, which was this half and half now, but Haiti, which is a French province, the Dominican Republic, Martinique, places like that, make rums like this. And this kind of rum is very different. You can see from the colour, it's kind of got almost a green vegetal colour to it. And these rums are largely called Rum Agricole, French. Agricole rum, which sounds like they're going to be firewater and not very good, but they're genuinely more expensive because what they've done is they've taken sugar cane and they've squeezed fresh sugar cane and they've distilled the juice. This is much more, if you think about it, refined, more elegant. They're capable of great age. I've tasted some rum agricoles in restaurants that are 50 or 60 years old. This is St. Benevolence. Now, the reason why I'm putting this on the show anyway is because every bottle funds the medical services and the educational programs across the island of Haiti. This is a charity project, but they're also showing how good Haitian rum can be. Look, very pale in colour. What's different about a rum agricole? It smells far more like the original thing. It smells far more like the original sugar. Rum agricole can smell like muscovado sugar, although it's completely white. If you taste Trois Rivières agricole rum, you close your eyes, you can see deep brown sugar in front of your eyes. This one is more vegetal than that. It's got you can almost taste the greenness, almost like you can imagine a panda chewing on a bamboo stick. There's some green, there's some vegetal, there's some herbal there. This is 50% pure alcohol. Doesn't it feel it? Would be brilliant in cocktails. But what I like about this is it's different. It's Haitian. It's for the benefit of mankind. So there you go. Today we've had English spirit, Ukrainian vodka, 3 English rums and a Haitian rum. Catch up over. See you next time.